Hey everybody, welcome back to a new week. To begin, I wanted to ask you a question. Have you ever heard the tragedy of, hang on 1 second. Darth Plagueis, the Wise, one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time, doesn't exist in the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch scale action figure line. So I got some custom casted parts here, and eventually I'm going to attempt to make my own at some point when I'm not busy with the channel. So possibly never. So it's already Thursday, and I kind of forgot to record like any vlog segments this week. So I'm gonna kind of run you through a quick recap of all the stuff I have been doing, beginning with what I'm working on immediately today, which was a review on Phoenix Customs Spider-Man. Not this minifigure, but this guy down here currently sporting his unmasked head that I showed in the video, and that turned out really well. Originally, I wasn't going to have a video going out today, which is Thursday. I have no idea what today's date is. I think the 26th. Because I was actually going to have the room tour finally go up today, because I was shooting the rest of it yesterday, Wednesday, and then that didn't exactly work out because the sun went down. So I lost my light, and as you can see, the lighting still is not great because it's raining out today. And you're wondering, why don't you just turn a light on? Well, all I have in the ceiling is that thing, and it's yellow, and it makes the whole room kind of look awful. And I'll be honest, I just really hate how the light looks on the whole main wall, so I just prefer to use natural light. Then I also did a video covering the conclusion of the paintwork on the Nano Gauntlet. This is exactly that. The Nano Gauntlet completed, and then just kind of a shot over here on the right of me wrapping up some detail on the tips of the fingers. Then this was today's video featuring the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man by Phoenix Customs, which is an amazing pad printed minifigure, and I actually did an edit for it as well, which I'm very proud of, and I think turned out very cool. Got some pumpkin bombs that I photoshopped in there. But finally, in my edits folder here, I've got this. The first of the Ahsoka tribute edits, which I think is turning out really, really great. This turned out fantastic. I mean, this was a lot of work, to be honest with you, editing this one, but it was so worth it. This is one of my favorite edits I have done of Ahsoka, and I've done quite a few this year with the final episodes airing. And now, if we flip back through here, you can see I am working on the next one, which is going to be Rex and a ton of 332nd clones. So a lot of editing happening here. But yeah, so I've been doing all of that, and I actually got this really cool custom Taskmaster in the mail, which I think is amazing. Got it from Outside Brick. It's fully pad printed and comes with some incredible custom parts that I may or may not, actually probably most definitely will be using for my own custom Taskmaster when it comes time to repaint this guy later on this year. But I've got to include this in the video. Last night, actually it was the night before last, I have no sense of time, as you guys have probably started to gather in these vlogs, I received a FaceTime call after going to bed. I was going to bed, and then like literally immediately Corey calls me back, Corey from Kessler Run Transmissions, my best buddy Corey, and he goes, they just revealed Ahsoka. And I'm like, what? Probably Rosario Dawson, they probably just randomly posted the reveal photo of her in costume. Like, okay, cool. And now I'm going to see Ahsoka live action for the first time while I'm like passing out. And then he said, Hot Toys it was Hot Toys. I was like, oh. Now let me explain something to you guys. Hot Toys Collectibles. These guys are the best collectibles you can get on the market. They did Anakin in 2018, then Obi-Wan in 2019, and I've had them behind my desk ever since. Actually, they were out there on the shelf for the first year, but it was always kind of a dream of ours that one day they would make Clone Wars figures. And this year, that became a reality with Captain Rex. Then they announced season 1 and season 2, Anakin and Obi-Wan, for 2022.
You were about to go to sleep. You hung up the phone.
I was in bed.
Apparently, Hot Toys just decided to drop right now that a Clone Wars, Ahsoka and Maul are on the way.
This is a real collectible. Now, this is at the top of my list, and I know Corey's list, as there is nothing else that I have wanted to add more to this collection than an Ahsoka Tano realized in live action form by Hot Toys to eventually pair with Anakin and Obi-Wan, my 3 favorite characters of all time in anything ever. And Hot Toys has developed this absolutely phenomenal prototype that they revealed. Look at that shot. This was completely outside the realm of reality until this year. And now Hot Toys has taken Ahsoka, an animated character, and fully realized her in a live action form, not using Rosario Dawson's likeness, but instead translating her animated face onto the 6 scale figure. This is the end all be all collectible for me. I mean, we were screaming. This is something we have waited for years, and it's coming out in just a year, which, believe it or not, is pretty good considering Hot Toys figures can sometimes take up to over a year to produce. And on top of that, they're making 501st clones, a full-blown 501st clone with a 332nd interchangeable helmet, plus an additional non-canon phase 1 version of the helmet. So if you get the deluxe version of the newly revealed Clone Wars 501st Clone Trooper, you get all of this. Guys, this is a dream come true. I know it might sound dramatic, but as far as the collection goes and as collecting goes in general, there's nothing higher on my list than Hot Toys making figures from Star Wars The Clone Wars. It was already a miracle for me that they made Anakin and Obi-Wan and that those exist now. But then when they announced their own Captain Rex, that sideshows back there from many years ago, it was just crazy. Now the door had been opened for The Clone Wars. They're also going to be making Maul as well, and we're getting a full-blown line of Hot Toys figures from Star Wars The Clone Wars. Not just a singular Captain Rex and an updated Anakin and Obi-Wan with some armor. No, they're doing Ahsoka. They're doing 501st clones. They're doing Maul. This could be an ever-expanding line, and it's so great to see Hot Toys fully recognize the value of The Clone Wars in Star Wars fans to now make this fully dedicated line to the series with Ahsoka Tano. And I think I can finally stop talking about it now, but guys, I mean, there are a few things at the top of the bucket list for the collection. Like, number 2 was the UCS Falcon. I've got that sitting out waiting in the living room now, and I've had it for a while. But then Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka fully realized as Hot Toys figures was definitely number 1 for me. So anyway, unfortunately, I got a lot of people thinking that I'm going to be doing customizing tutorials like every week, which is not necessarily the case. Sometimes, like weeks like this, I wind up doing other stuff, like just working on the Nano Gauntlet, which was kind of like a micro tutorial in and of itself because of some of the concepts I covered in that video, and then like the Raimi Spider-Man review, and then it's going to be the room tour probably early next week or the end of next week, but eventually there'll be a new tutorial slotted somewhere in there. But the point is, I am consistently posting now, which is something I've never done before in the history of my channel. The point wasn't necessarily to convey that I'm posting a tutorial every week, but that I am going to be here posting every week, and you will see tutorials and the close-up videos of me customizing on a regular basis, just not necessarily every week. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that in here so I could at least make that message clear to some of you guys who watch the extra channel. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate you being here. And yeah, so I'm gonna get going. I've got a really fun Spider-Verse skit. You can see I've got all the Spider-Verse minifigures out, and I actually was shooting part of that skit this morning before I realized this is going to be a really big one, and that's probably going to be Sunday's skit. So yeah, I'm going to be shooting the rest of that and editing it to go up on Sunday. So it'll be great. And yeah. It's Friday. Finally, we're almost at the end of the week, kind of, sort of, not really. Yesterday, though, I watched the trailer for the Skywalker Saga, or as George Lucas would say, Saga. It was fantastic. I was really blown away by Yaddle, of course. I've got it playing here in the background with all my millions of tabs up on the top there. But it just looks like the definitive experience for the Skywalker Saga in LEGO. I mean, it really looks like it's going to be a great game. I'm excited for the free roam. I mean, they showed a clip of Mace Windu on Coruscant. But the duels in particular look amazing, and I cannot get over just how great like some of these visuals look. It's pretty insane. It's just kind of crazy. Corey is here. Where is he? Cornelius Van Dyke. And according to Star Wars Insider, Cornelius Van Dyke, there's going to be a Mando DLC. There's going to be a Bad Batch DLC. Rogue One, and a couple other ones that I already forgot.
There's Solo, and then there's 2 more that are yet to be announced. So.
Oh, cool, man. Like, the visual fidelity is just phenomenal. But this shot in particular of Mace Windu, wherever it is, that looks incredible, but not that one. This one, where Mace Windu, not them, Mace Windu is on Coruscant, seemingly like doing a bit of free roam, like as if there's a small or maybe large open environment in the streets of Coruscant, is really cool. So I can't wait for the Skywalker Saga, even though it got delayed till 2021. Finally though, I finished my Clone Wars edits. This is the Spidey edit from yesterday, but in this folder, I've got this one, which I'm pretty sure I already showed, but over the last couple days, on and off, I have been working on this guy. Check it out. That's the whole 332nd Legion. Now, the actual scene, I think, had about 40 501st clones with the Ahsoka Loyalist markings. But in the MGF Customs version with AV Figures decaled clones, got 24 in total in this shot. And I will tell you, the repetitiveness of this editing process almost took me out, but it was worth it because this shot turned out really cool, and I'm going to be posting it over on Instagram and all those places shortly. I've got a little photo split version of it for Instagram. So, I mean, obviously new Clone Wars edits, not necessarily a huge deal because I made so many already, but for me it is because I never got the chance to do this major scene.